What is the best push-up progression for beginners? Let's chat about it.
Don't you want to look good naked?
Before I get into the steps for the push-up progression, I do want to mention that a lot of people think that doing push-ups from their knees is a good option as a progression. However, and I thought this for many years too, however, there is a better way to do it. So that's what you're gonna learn in this video. So the biggest things to think about is just basically creating a incline push-up and working your way down to the floor. So you can do that if you have a table or a secure bench. You can start with an incline push-up where your hands are on that table or bench. If you have a barbell and a squat rack, even better. You can attach the barbell across the squat rack and perform an incline push-up and actually move the barbell down in increments until you get parallel to the floor. So that's a great progression. As you get stronger, you basically move closer to the floor. Then once you get to the floor, you can actually use yoga blocks if you have those available and perform the push-up with stacked yoga blocks. And then as you build strength and build muscle, you can continue to reduce the amount of yoga blocks you're using. So if you're using 2 yoga blocks or 3 yoga blocks, just continue to take those away. And then eventually you'll be able to do a push-up. And then if you want to make it even harder, you can add more things to it. So you can add a weight to your back and do a weighted push-up. That's a little bit advanced, but I'm sure you can do it. And you could also do decline push-ups, so putting your feet up on the bench versus your hand and doing more of an inverted push-up. That's a way to advance. You can add a band around your hands that goes across your back, and you can do band-resisted push-ups. It really just comes down to thinking through, okay, I'm going to progress from easier to harder and just take some time to work through those movements and reduce that height as you're coming down, or reduce the incline of the push-up until you can get to that fully flat position. So the biggest thing with the push-up progression is just start where you are and focus on proper form and technique and really looking to progress, but not too fast where your technique starts to break down. So if you're starting at that incline position, make sure that you can do maybe 5 to 8 reps at that position with really good form, really good technique, and then start to work your way down. That's gonna be a good place to start. And when you're doing the push-ups, remember to think about the position with which your arms are in. So a lot of people tend to do push-ups where their elbows are flared out to the side. That's gonna create a little bit more stress on your shoulder joints. So make sure that you're kind of bringing your elbows in and you're doing more of a 45-degree push-up. That's gonna allow you to take a little bit of stress off of the shoulder joints and put more stress on the actual muscle tissue that you're trying to work. Also, if you're trying to target your triceps a little bit more, you can come in a little bit narrower and do what we call a tricep push-up. That's just going to bias your triceps a little bit more and cause a little bit more tension on those and take a little bit more away from your chest. Also, make sure that you're keeping your core braced throughout the whole movement and your spine neutral. So we don't want your back kind of sinking in or your butt popping up at the top. You want to make sure that your spine is neutral and flat and your core is braced the entire time that you're doing the push-up. Lastly, if you want to progress your push-ups, just make sure that you're incorporating them more often. So doing push-ups frequently, even once a day, just dropping down and doing a few push-ups on the table, that incline, or anything that you have that's stable. So just adding a little bit more frequency in is going to allow you to progress that a little bit faster. Women, we believe